What if the world around you, your city, your factory, even your own body, became programmable? What if the line between a thought and a command simply vanished? It sounds like science fiction, but it's the new reality being built right now, in labs and server farms all across the globe. Welcome to Future Decoded, the podcast where we unpack the technological forces reshaping our world. I'm your host, Coco. Today, we're moving past the headlines of incremental updates and looking at the bigger picture. Our research has identified three massive, world-changing currents in technology that are beginning to merge into a single, powerful river. We're talking about living digital worlds, AI that can reason, and a new foundation for trust itself. So let's dive into that first current, the rise of the programmable world. The term flying around boardrooms is digital twin. But I want you to forget the boring corporate PowerPoints. This is not just a 3D model. It's a living, breathing digital copy of a real-world object or system, and it's a game changer. Imagine an advanced electronics plant like the one Siemens is running in Germany. There isn't just one factory. There are two. The physical one you can walk through, and a perfect digital replica that lives in the cloud. This digital twin isn't static. It's fed real-time data from thousands of IoT sensors on the factory floor. It knows the temperature of a machine, the speed of a conveyor belt, the stress on a robotic arm. And because it's a perfect simulation, you can ask it questions. What happens if we increase the line speed by 15%? What's the most likely point of failure in the next 72 hours? The twin runs millions of simulations and gives you the answer. It's a crystal ball for manufacturing, and it's already cutting costs by over 30%. But where this gets truly profound is in healthcare. At the Mayo Clinic, researchers are building digital twins of a patient's cancer. Think about that. A virtual copy of a tumor which doctors can attack with countless combinations of simulated drugs to find the most effective treatment before it's ever given to the actual patient. This is medicine moving from a one-size-fits-all approach to being hyper-personal, predictive, and incredibly powerful. But a perfect digital copy of the world is just a high-tech map. To bring it to life, you need intelligence. And that brings us to our second great current, the dawn of a new kind of artificial intelligence. For the last few years, we've been amazed by what AI can do with language. But the engine behind that, the transformer model, is just the beginning. The next wave of AI architectures is already here. Models with names like Mamba are being designed to process information far more efficiently, allowing them to understand context from a whole book, not just a paragraph. And this new AI is learning to see and hear. It's becoming multimodal, synthesizing information from text, images, and sound all at once. This gives it a much richer, more contextual understanding of the world. It won't just read a schematic. It will watch a video of the machine in action, listen to the sound it makes, and then tell you not only what's wrong, but why. Of course, this level of intelligence takes an enormous amount of energy. That's why the hardware itself is being reimagined. Neuromorphic chips are being built to mimic the architecture of the human brain, making them incredibly powerful, but radically more energy efficient. Norm leads to the ultimate interface, the brain-computer interface, or BCI. The ability to translate neural signals directly into digital commands. It's the final step in closing the gap between human intent and machine action. So, we have a programmable world and a powerful AI to run it. But this creates a terrifying new question. How do you trust it? How do you secure it? And that's where our third and final current comes in, the architecture of trust. This starts with blockchain. Forget the cryptocurrency hype for a moment. At its core, blockchain is a system for creating a single, shared, and tamper-proof source of truth. It's being used right now to track products through global supply chains, so you can be sure the coffee you're drinking is ethically sourced. It's the foundation for new types of organizations, called DAOs, that are run by code and community consensus instead of a C-suite. But our digital infrastructure faces an existential threat. The arrival of quantum computers, which can break our current encryption in seconds, is no longer a question of if, but when. That's why the race to create post-quantum cryptography is so critical. It's a global effort to build a new kind of digital lock for a new kind of threat, ensuring our digital twins, our AI, and our entire economy remains secure. And for the data itself, we're turning to the most ancient storage medium of all, DNA. Yes, the building block of life. Scientists have perfected a method to store digital data in synthetic DNA, offering a way to archive our entire digital civilization for thousands of years in a space the size of a shoebox. So, let's bring it all together. A programmable world of digital twins, a new generation of intelligent AI, and a foundation of decentralized, quantum-proof trust. These aren't separate trends. They are a self-reinforcing cycle. The digital worlds are the perfect training grounds for the AI. The AI becomes the intelligence that animates and optimizes our physical world through these twins, and all of it is built on an architecture of trust that's more resilient than anything that came before. We are leaving the information age and entering what I call the psi-physical age, where the boundary between digital and physical effectively disappears. The challenges are immense. The ethical questions around AI autonomy and BCIs will define a generation, but the potential to solve some of humanity's biggest problems, from disease to climate change, has never been greater. This future isn't decades away. It's being assembled right now. The inflection point is here. I'm your host, Coco. Thanks for listening to Future Decoded. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Join us next time as we continue to decode the future.